Another reading of the Way of Chan, Essential Text. 1p. Return means turning back to the source tissue, and that source tissue is the very mind of all heaven and earth itself. Whatever movement ceases, stillness begins, but there's no opposition between movement and stillness. Whatever words end, silence begins, but there's no opposition between silence and words. In speaking of no opposition between movement and stillness, 1p is described the unity of absence and presence in the empirical cosmos, in the personal action, in consciousness. In speaking of no opposition between silence and words, he's described the unity of absence and presence in the realm of consciousness. Movement and stillness are both the self-nature of absence. A person of way who depends on nothing makes use of both movement and stillness. Right? Comentário do Tao Te Ching. Absence is the origin of presence in this every particular. When it has no form and no name, absence originates the 10,000 things in their vast transformations give birth to them. When it has form and name, it completes them, fosters and shelters them, nourishes them as a mother. Lao Tzu says way, having no form and no name, both originates the 10,000 things and completes them. And after the origination and completion, those things know nothing. Here lies the dark enigma deep within dark enigma. Heaven and earth is to nothing, the function through absence, action, occurrence, appearance of itself. It's the inner pattern of these 10,000 things that shapes their movements together. Number 5. Number 6. The valley spirit is absence at the valley center. Absence without form or image, resistance or dissension. It abides low and unnoticed. It keeps still in grace tranquility, so it never scrambles with age. It completes us, but we cannot see its form. Its perfection of things themselves, and because it abides so low and unnoticed, we cannot name it. Therefore we call dark female enigma. Number 7. If you're free of yourself, you are yourself absence action. You're yourself last and so first, yourself given up and so preserved. In this, as Lao Tzu says, you become yourself. Number 7. That's the secret behind the position of the absence action. Show your greatest self, your higher self. Number 23. It's through formless absence, through absence action, that we completes and nurtures the 10,000 things and their vast transformations. Practice absence action, practice the wordless teaching that cannot be taught, then you move in accordance with the way. Number 32. Uncovered simplicity itself has absence as its mind, absence before names, and so if you want to master way, there's nothing like abiding in uncovered simplicity. This uncovered simplicity itself is a confusion without affinities. It's the realm between absence and presence. That's why Lao Tzu says it's subject to nothing now beneath heaven. To embrace uncovered simplicity and practice absence action, then the things of this world will never tangle, white doesn't, out clarity, absolute, and the desire of this world will never harm spirit, light, and awareness. In this, you are yourself a guest of the 10,000 things and master of the way. Right, one more, number 38. How do you realize we are holy? Depend on absence for your actualization. If you depend on absence for your actualization, there's nothing you cannot sustain. However vast it dispenses, heaven and earth has absence as its mind. The source tissue root resides in absence action. The mother resides in the nameless. You may treasure using absence as actualization, but you can cast aside absence as potency. If you cast aside absence as potency, you lose all of its vastness. If you use absence as actualization, you attain the mother. Only by using nameless can you true up the names of things, and only by using formless can you perfect the forms of things. 40. Everything in now beneath heaven is born of presence, and absence is the such tissue root at the origin of presence. Presence only comes to completion when it turns back to absence. And number 42. The 10,000 forms of the 10,000 things are return home to primal unity. What kind of emergence allows that they return to primal unity? They emerge from absence. And because the primal unity is the first emergence from absence, we call it absence. That's it. Just one more little reading of The Way of Chan, essential text of original tradition. Thanks.